Phil, first up, good innings, but were you a bit annoyed getting out the top?
Thank you. Yeah, it would have been nice to get a few more. To get out in 87 is a little bit disappointing, but in saying that, it was nice to get a few. But yeah, it was, I suppose, that type of wicket that I never felt 100% in.
Were you surprised they didn't introduce Hereth earlier?
Well, I know one thing, when he did come on, he was, he bowled very well. So I think going forward in this game, he's got to come in the game in the second innings, no doubt. But I thought he bowled well and he was their pick.
Yeah.
Phil, it sounded like you're a New South Welsh when you walked out the bat with the way the crowd carried on. How did it feel walking back out on the SCG with that sort of reception?
Yeah, it was nice. I didn't know if I was going to get booed or not. But it was nice to get I suppose, ovation like that, and it's good to be back. I've played a fair bit of cricket here now for New South Wales and quite familiar with the wicket and the ground, so it was nice to get a few, and especially in front of my family as well that come down, so it's good.
And what did you make of the pitch? It seems to be sort of turning a bit, doing a bit already.
Yeah, it is doing a bit already. It's only day 2, and it did take a bit of turn. Also, I thought it was quite difficult to drive as well. I never felt 100% in, even though I did get a few runs. It was quite difficult in periods of my innings. I just felt you had to play the ball as late as possible on that wicket.
And do you have any sort of feeling about what would be a comfortable lead given you're going to have to bat last?
Yeah, look, I think we're 40 odd now. It'd be nice to get around 100 and a few more lead. Any lead in any game is gold, really, but it'd be nice to get a few more. Wade is batting beautifully, so hopefully the boys in the morning start well and go on.
Phil, you and Dave seem to complement each other really well out there today, and follows on from the last couple of times you batted together. You've done well together. What do you like most about batting with Dave Warner?
I think the best thing, I've got the best seat in the house. When he's batting like that, it's really good to watch, and he's really good to bat with. I've batted with him a fair bit, when I was playing for New South Wales. And I just think, he takes the pressure off you because he gets off strike. He scores at a very good rate, so it takes the pressure off you when you're at the other end. And to get a good partnership with Davey, I think that's a big sign going forward as well.
Do you think you suit each other's games?
Yeah, look, for sure. It's as I said, I know Davey very well on and off the field, and he's good to bat with, and we rotate the strike and we get on along really well when we're out there together. So he's real good.
Yeah.
Phil, there's a few of the guys out there today who probably got out chasing the game a little bit in the terms of the shots they were playing. You had a couple of run-outs as well. Did it feel as though you could have been in a slightly better posie than you are at the end of the day today?
Yeah, I feel you always can be. I think today we look back and we could be in a bit better condition going forward, but would have been nice to be probably a couple of wickets less than we are. But in saying that, that's the position we're in now, 40 runs lead going into tomorrow. So we're well balanced in this game, no doubt.
And just the ball that you got out to from Hereth, how did you feel that it panned out the way that, was it just him a little bit of a variation to you, or what do you think it was?
It was a little bit quicker. It was probably a little bit full for me to cut that ball. But in saying that, I did score a number of runs behind point and through the covers. So it's a win-lose type situation. You win some, you lose some. So yeah, but looking back and looking at a bit of the footage, it was probably a little bit forward to cut.
Jess?
Phil, you mentioned before about Dave's sort of scoring rate. Because he sort of scores highly, takes pressure off you, puts pressure on the opposition. Do you reckon that means that, I guess, the normal standards of, he's 80 odd, he should get to a century, probably shouldn't apply to him because of the impact he has?
Oh, look, yeah. Look, I'm sure he was disappointed to get out like that, as in, he would have liked 3 figures as well. But in saying that, he did the hard work and he's batting really well. I think you look through the series, Dave's been one of our most consistent through the series. But yeah, batting with him, he takes it to the opposition, and I think it can put him off guard occasionally. So that's why he's really good to bat with. He's someone that can catch the opposition off guard at times.
Andrew?
Phil, can you describe the feeling in the dressing room when Mike Hussey got run out? It seemed like just the cruelest possible way to go in your last test.
Yeah, well, look, it's never nice to get run out, but I think, we all know that's cricket at the end of the day. How it was in the change room was just how it would be as any other wicket, really. We're always disappointed when you get out, but I suppose to get run out, and there was 2 run outs today, again, I think that's 4 in the series. it's something that we've got to look at going forward. It's never nice to be run out, but in saying that, especially in Test cricket, in the big moments, and so it's something we've got to address going forward.
Was the captain particularly disappointed with his role in the run-out?
Oh yeah, you could tell even looking from the side, out in the middle. Putt was obviously disappointed. You could see that, and yeah.
Phil, 3 of those run-outs have sort of featured you guys in the top 3 once each in the last 3 tests. What do you sort of put that down to, and how do you fix, I guess, that communication between the 3?
I think probably call louder or and clearer. No, it's something that yeah. Look, we'll talk about after the series. I think it's the top 3. We've been run out, I suppose, 3 times now, and 4 in the series, as I said. So it's never nice getting run out, but it's something that we've got to look at going forward and stop that.
Jamie?
Phil, can you just talk about how much things have changed for you from the last time you played at this ground to today?
Yeah, there's been a lot of things off the field as well, moving away, making sacrifices. But I suppose batting out in the middle, I feel like my defence is a lot better than it was, I suppose, 12 months ago. And I've opened up areas in my game that I didn't have before. So it's something I had to go away and work on to be a better player. And I feel a lot comfortable in my game now going forward. So it's good signs.
Phil, you mentioned the wicket and it's starting to take a little bit of turn already today. How do you feel it's going to be? Playing on say day 4, day 5 when you might be chasing a bit of a score from Sri Lanka?
Yeah, that's why it's probably Look, it'll be tough, no doubt, but that's why we like to get as many as we can in this first innings to put pressure on them. I think Nathan Lyon will come into the game in this second innings, and yeah, look, it's got to turn. It's day 2 already, and it's turning. So day 3 and 4, 5, it will be turned up a fair bit, I'd say.
Just 2 quickies. First up, were you guys surprised that the Sri Lankans gave Mike Hussey a guard of honour walking out in the first innings?
Was I surprised? No.
Well, given you think that you might have to bat again.
Yeah, look, you're right, but I suppose they do that for safety reasons, Well, he's great at the game, and that's respect. And I think it was a nice gesture from Sri Lanka.
You talk about your batting and the way that's changed. Psychologically, from last year to this year, when you walked out to bat last summer at times, it looked like you had the weight of the world on your shoulders. Have you done a lot with sports psychologists or anything?
Have I? Sorry?
Have you done a lot of stuff with sports psychologists over last year, or is it just all come down to batting?
Yeah, look, it's come down to I haven't to be fair, but no, it's I suppose I'm older now, a lot more experienced and wiser now. I think if I look at my career to date, the last 4 years have been a lot of ups and downs and continue to do that, but I just feel a lot more settled. I think the move states was a big thing, but I do feel like I'm a better player on the field as well. So there's been a number of things that I've worked on to be, I suppose, the package, and there's still a number of things I want to work on to become better than I am now. So it's just going forward and looking to improve every day, but I think I'm just a lot more settled and probably calmer as a whole.